I run the only pharmacy in the apocalypse that can cure zombie bites. When the world ended, hospitals became feeding grounds and checkpoints became graveyards. My family's pharmacy became the most crowded place left in the city. Not for food, not for bullets, because I was the only bastard who could still cure a deader bite. Hallowed Root Pharmacy has stood for over a century. The church next door burned to slag. The pawn shop was blown open by a tank round. The street is half collapsed and crawling with debtors. But my neon sign is still lit. Inside there's no aspirin, no bandages. Behind black glass are powders that move on their own, flowers that bloom only near death, bone spoons carved with symbols older than the city, and one heavy black porcelain jar on the back counter that never stops humming. That jar is why my shop never closes. 3 months after the fall, the government said any bite meant certain death. 2 weeks later, soldiers started kicking in my back door at 3 a.m., sleeves rolled up, eyes already glazing. "Boss, can you still save me?" I always answered the same. "I can, but my medicine is expensive." The jar came with the building. My grandfather left only a bloodstained ledger and one sentence burned under the counter. "Feed it desire. Name the price. Never let them drink for free." The first time I used it, I thought I'd lost my mind. A looter crashed in with a fresh bite turning black. He offered cash, gold, bullets, his dead wife's ring, then dropped to his knees begging for his life. The jar didn't want his life. It wanted the reason he was still fighting for it. I cut the wound, let the infected blood drip in, and asked the real question. "What are you trying to save?" He broke. My little brother, hiding in the school basement. The jar drank that raw need and brewed a crimson sludge that smelled like rust and burnt sugar. He drank it. The bite healed. The veins retreated. He survived. But he could no longer remember his brother's face. In exchange, he could now hear the dead moving through walls. That was the rule. The jar always cures the bite, then rips out something human and leaves something worse behind. And from the very first trade, I learned the secret. The jar takes the biggest piece. I get the overflow. That's why people line up before sunrise, gangsters, mercenaries, mothers carrying bitten kids. I never ask for money first. I only ask one question. What are you really trying to save? Every time the jar tears something out of them, a fragment slips into me. A sharper memory, a stronger body, a colder mind, a longer life. I don't age. I don't tire. Debtors walk past my shop like I belong here more than they do. That night, the customer who kicked my door open was Mara Vale, Queen of South Market, arms dealer, smuggler, executioner in silk gloves. She wore an expensive gray coat dark with leakage at the ribs. The infection was already spreading. "Close the door," she said. I barred it. She ripped the coat open, debtor bite above the hip, deep, ugly, skin already gray-black. "I need the cure. My medicine is expensive." She slammed diamonds, 2 pistols, and a grenade on the counter. The jar started humming louder, greedy, interested. I lit the burner. Crushed root, black resin, ledger scrap, 3 drops of infected blood. The potion went midnight. "What are you really trying to protect?" I asked. "Control," she snapped. "Lie." Potion stayed black. The debtors outside were getting louder. "My future," she tried. Still wrong. The jar screamed. Then the front window exploded. 12 debtors poured in. Mara spun, dropping 3 in a heartbeat while I kept stirring. One leaped the counter at me. I jammed a bone spoon through its throat and kept working. Over the gunshots and shattering glass, Mara finally cracked. "My daughter." The potion flashed blood red. "Truth." I shoved the bowl at her. "Drink or die screaming." She chugged it. The reaction was hell in a bowl. Her back arched, the chair exploded, black vomit sprayed the floor. The bite swelled and burst, vomiting ropes of rot. Black veins whipped backward like meat hooks were dragging them out. She screamed once, raw and beautiful, then went still. When she stood, the wound was gone. The panic was gone. Her face was colder, sharper, carved from ice and razor wire. The jar had filled the empty place with pure command. A debtor lunged through the broken window. Mara didn't raise her gun. She said, "Stop." It froze midair, twitching. Thin blood ran from her nose. Then she said, "Die." It dropped dead, brain leaking from its ears. Mara adjusted her coat and headed for the door like a queen reclaiming her throne. Then the back door burst open. A little girl, filthy, terrified, stumbled in with 2 bodyguards. "Mama!" She ran straight into Mara's arms, sobbing. "I knew you'd come back. I waited just like you said." Mara looked down at her own daughter, like she was reading a grocery list. Then she peeled the child's hands off her coat, one finger at a time. "Whose kid is this?" she asked, voice flat. The bodyguards went white. The girl's world died on my floor. Mara walked out without looking back. The debtors didn't touch her. Men lowered their heads when she spoke. The little girl stayed on the floor, screaming for a mother who no longer existed. I watched her quietly, and felt the new fragment slide into me. From Mara I took the faintest shadow of command. Not enough to rule a city. Not yet, but enough that people hesitate half a second longer when I speak. Enough that debtors feel their guts twist when they think about lying to me. Enough that debtors pause at my door. They think I'm just the man selling the cure. They're wrong. I am what the cure is building. The most profitable business in hell isn't selling hope. It's selling survival, one missing piece at a time, and keeping the best scraps for myself.